Welcome to Lords of Time with Live On Bowen, and we are here with John Leeson, the voice of K9.
Affirmative, something like that, yes.
You've been doing K9 for how many years now?
35, something like that.
When you did the rehearsals, you actually got down on all fours and worked with the actors.
Basically, the module of K9 hadn't been built when we started rehearsals.
Right.
And so nobody really knew where K9 was supposed to be going. And so I thought, well, I'll be K9. I'll run around and hands and knees, and at least the actors will know where K9 is. Tom Baker thought it was the best thing since sliced bread.
We're here with Alexandra Tynan, original costume designer of the Cybermen Mark I and Mark II. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Did you have much in the way of a description from the script, or was it, how much were you given in detail?
Well, it was thanks to Kit Pedler, who was the writer of the first series, that I had a chat with him because I'd read a script and I really wasn't sure about, what was wanted. But he explained to me the whole idea of cybernetics, which was a very new thing back in the 60s. Hardly anybody had ever heard of it. And so because he was a medical doctor, he explained to me that it was about, well, basically replacement body parts, if you like, that were going to work and keep people going. And the idea behind the Cybermen was that although they had been human to start with, a long way back, they had gradually started to replace parts of their body so that they'd last longer and be more aggressive.
We are here with the 8th Doctor himself, Mr. Paul McGann. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
How do you find being flown around the world and meeting all these new people and talking about an experience which was just a couple of weeks' work for you in '96?
Yeah, strange. I was Doctor Who for 6 weeks, 17 years ago. It's weird, isn't it?
Now, I saw recently you were at the celebration of the stamps.
No, we all ended up on a bunch of stamps.
Yes.
And
how's that for you, being on a stamp for 6 weeks' work?
I think I should really be hugely impressed.
You're not really?
Not as impressed as one of my kids who probably rightly said to me, Dad, he said, that is permanent. He seems more impressed at that than anything else I've ever done. The Royal Mail people who were there at this shindig, said, the distinction between the first and the second class stamps is such that, and we're on first class stamps, is that it's permanent. They'll always be usable, they'll always be current, and you'll always be out there. And it was only last year that living people first appeared on these stamps.
Yeah.
It was these Olympic athletes, these British gold medal winners.
Because it was on the deceased people who could be on before.
So aside from these British Olympians, it's just me and the boys, the chaps.
Hello, who are
There's
you?
always one, isn't there?
Who are you?
Exactly.
Exactly. Hello, exactly.
Come on
How
in.
are you?
Come on. Do you prefer doing conventions on your own or actually with each other and with the others so you can...
It's better having the backup.
It's good fun. And so also it's not so lonely, really. Although it isn't really lonely because the fans are great and friendly. Having done for 25 years, I know them all now.
Yes.
All 5 of them. In each continent. And it's, it's good. But it's good, because we've become mates.
Yes.
Peter and Paul and Colin. And
The 5th Doctor himself, Mr. Peter Davison. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
You've done quite a lot of conventions in your time. Do you have to go through any mental process to get yourself ready for the onslaught of affection and...
Well, the affection side of it, I think you have to just keep your feet on the ground and realise it is because of a part you played. It's not real affection for me personally as Peter.
Do you develop a sort of a routine or when you get up for questions and stuff like that, do you have your stories set up? And
Not really, but what I've realised over the years is that they like to ask the same questions. And I'm thinking, well, I had to give a different answer or slightly, vary the answer slightly, otherwise they'll just get bored.
Yeah.
I've realised over the years, actually, they want to hear the same answer. It's kind of like they want a repeat performance.
It's like
I don't particularly. So that I know that tomorrow I'll get asked a certain question or something, and I'll go, you don't really want to hear this again, do you? And I go, yeah, we do.